Hey everybody, welcome to Obscurities and Miniatures. It's time to start the new year off with another batch of 15mm crazy funness, if that's even a word, from our friends at Valor Games. Now, Valor Games always has some fun little incentives for whenever they're running specials, and they had an end of the year special that included, I believe it was called Taming the Beast. And just like another fun 15mm company, Alternative Minis out of England, they do monthly little bonus special ones. I have totally got to zoom that in because these guys are so tiny. That's better. So we've got a wizard type of some sort, and we have the beast. This looks like a werewolf type dude. So can't complain. They were freebies and included with my order. That's always appreciated. Sculpt quality is decent. And slowly but surely we are building quite the menagerie in 15mm, possibly to use for Dragon Rampant, more likely to just play in with another game of Frostgrave. So, as I was saying, I have a bunch of crazy funness, and if you've noticed, I always tend to find the more interesting and weird and obscure models that companies make. Well, this order was no different. We went and got all of the weird animal people that we could find. And I will put all the names in the description below because I don't have the order form handy, and I don't remember all the names of their various factions, but I know that this was the rat faction, for lack of better words. And Vermian, maybe? Vermian sounds right. I could be wrong. But these are their big, crazy, four-armed, giant monster dudes. You can see here they've got various heads, so they are somewhat modular. They've got some hands with shields, and then we've got an assortment of weapons to go with each of them. Grabbing our wizard who thinks he's going to be doing some taming. I can hear EDF sounds from the other room, so my son must be playing. These are going to be some big bad monsters, and obviously I'm going to take some time to get all this built and show you guys as well, because I think seeing them finished and seeing them what they look like prior to that are always important. So it looks like there's actually 3 different torsos, because looking at the positions of the hands, they're all in different spots, so that's kind of a nice plus. So with at least, are the legs all the same? No. We have 3 different pairs of legs, 3 different torsos, 3 different heads. The arms seem to all be the same, however. But despite that, I think with all of the combinations you can make then, you can probably have a lot of fun in terms of making new varieties of these guys. And we'll put the names again, like I said, down at the bottom. And it looks like they actually included extra swords if you did want to bother with the shields. So those are our Vermian giant monster dudes. These look to be Legion cavalry, and the Legion were basically kind of like a Roman-esque legion, for lack of better terms. But why would you want cavalry that ride horses when you can have them riding armored lions? To me, that just says that's what we need to be doing on the tabletop. So you've got a bunch of armored up lions. Who wants guys on horses with boring things to do? We want friggin' Roman generals with sadly little swords on big, giant armored lions. Heck yeah, not even elves have giant armored lions. Okay, at least this guy's got a bit bigger sword. Is dismayed. Maybe he's like the commander. I'm curious how many sculpts we've got for, you two. Fair enough. And then we have shields as well for everybody in the unit. I think there's 4 of them there. One of the nice things that I really appreciate about Battle Valor Games is the fact that they offer skirmish packs. So if you don't want to build super gigantic armies, you can get smaller groups for smaller prices as well. Alright. I can feel the bass of the cars outside. I don't remember which faction these guys are, but they are Lionmen from the Savannah, with vaguely Zulu-like shields. They might be Legion also. I want to say they might be. Again, I'll have to go double check all this, but you can see they'll pose like that. I believe Splintered Light Miniatures also has some interesting animal men. I'm not liking that spearhead. That's a little too, I don't know. I like that one. That one is a little too blobby. I might have to shave that down a bit. So again, these are a skirmish pack. You don't have as many, but then again, I don't need 45 lion men in various poses. They do need a little bit of cleanup. Thought I had a human around here somewhere. Where did my wizard go? How big are they in comparison to the wizard? Maybe he didn't tame the beast after all. There you are. So they're almost human size. And then the real fun stuff. I want to say these were from the Stygian faction. Dream Stalkers or something like that. But they are full-on giant. And by giant, I mean they're even bigger than the rat abominations. But they're kitsune-looking dudes. So they're like giant, malevolent fox monsters. Where are you, wizard? I keep losing you. So yeah, these dudes are big. And as you can see, we've got all of our tails because they are full-on kitsune. Now, how those tails are going to actually pose on the body is an entirely different story. Again, much like our other unit, we have 3 different poses for the feet. Sadly, the heads are attached to the torso, but I guess that's okay. We have 3 different torsos. You can see they've got the very samurai-esque shoulder pads there. And I think the tails are all the same. And then everybody's got big, giant katana. So that'll be fun. Funny enough, they only have 1 scabbard each. Maybe they don't. Let me see. I count 4 scabbards in all. And there's 3 of them. So maybe somebody gets 2 and the rest are stuck without them. But on the other hand, did I take everything out of the bag? I might need to contact them because I only see enough hands for 2 models. I don't know if you guys see it. So yeah, I have 2 swords, 2 swords, 3 torsos. Somebody gets a pair of paws. So, okay. I guess that kind of makes sense then. So, I'll have to figure all that out. Alright, I'm going to have to get to clipping and get to cleaning because there's going to be a lot of cleanup involved here. Whee! Look at that mess. It'll be fun though. So, hold tight and we're going to get that all built together. And we're back with some built models. So after double checking what in the world I actually bought, these are Stygians. These are the Shadowcasters. And I figured out, like I said, that you have a set of hands and then a set of double swords. And that's just what I went with. So the poses are a little awkward, I feel, but they work. They're definitely nice, big, towering units. And it's not often that we get, you know, armored kitsune-looking models that aren't super girly. So I'm cool with that. Moving on, though, we've got our, where did I put them? Ooh, my brood brutes for the Vermian. So these guys are actually almost the same size as our Shadowcasters. They're a little bit smaller, and I tried to vary things up a little, and we'll keep our human model there, just so you can see. So they all have the prerequisite axe and sickle. And then you have the option of whether or not to give them a second blade or a shield. So, and they do have 3 different heads. So there is definitely some variance if you're going to run a big army of Vermian. or if you want them for a 15mm Ratkin army, if you're going to do Kings of War or Ninth Age or whatever it is you play, I think these guys would definitely be interesting. I'm not sure what kind of an analog they would be good for, but, you know, they are what they are. Set these guys to the side here. And we'll grab our... Ooh, what are these guys? Legion. Yeah, Lyonian Spearmen. That's what they were called. So, for the most part, I've got only 2 similar poses. I want to say there's at least 3. Those spears that I could not figure out why they were so ugly is because they're actually supposed to be a 2-pronged spear that just had a bit of flash stuck in there. So cleaning that out was a little bit better. They are about human size, sadly. I was hoping that they would be a little bit bigger. This is the 3rd sculpt that I got. He's got his shield more outward, and he's got a big honkin', I don't know what that's supposed to be. I was thinking about just painting it like a rune staff, or maybe clipping it off and putting something else. I don't think it's supposed to be one of those double-pronged ones. I could be wrong, but maybe he's supposed to be like the champion leader guy. So we got plenty of those laying around. And again, they look like they're going to scale pretty nicely with the other Battle Valor stuff that I've got already. And I have a fun avatar, the Lion God. They can summon up here. It's just an old Reaper Bones lion dude, but it looks like he'd be suitably appropriate to have traveling around with them to fight off the pesky rats and foxes. And finally, we have our lion cavalry here. I'm still not happy with those swords. They look kind of dinky. The lions themselves are impressive. I like the armor on them. I like, actually, the Legionnaires' armor and everything, but just those little dinky swords. If I had the patience, I probably would go and actually slice them off and replace them, but I don't. I'm not going to bother. So again, fun stuff from Battle Valor Games. Definitely take a look, and they're continuing to churn out new and interesting stuff as they work towards fulfillment of their various Kickstarters and all kinds of interesting races. And the good stuff's coming, because they've got new fantasy races that we don't often see on the table, and these guys definitely need to be based. One of these days, I'm going to actually try multi-basing some of this stuff. I know I tend to paint it up all individually, but that's just my preference. But it's getting to the point where I think we're going to have to start putting them on, you know, square bases and units of 3 or 4 or something. So definitely take a look at Battle Valor Games' website, and hopefully we'll see you back here soon as well. This has been High Lord Tamberly with Obscurities and Miniatures, and thanks for watching. See you later. Bye-bye.